Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. And today's the day that's ruled by the third eye and guided by space. And the galactic signature of today is the red cosmic moon energy. And so we are entering into June. In the Muggle calendar, this is the 6th month of the year. And we are approaching that 6/6 portal, which will be happening on Sunday. And we are right in the middle of eclipse season. So a lot of powerful energies that we are working with right now. If you guys haven't checked out the eclipse season 2021 video, I highly recommend that you guys check that out. It's a really, really powerful energies that we're working with, as we always are, of course. And so today, as we ring in June, we are working with the red cosmic moon energy. And so this energy is all about purification, universal water, and flow. So we're being called to step deeply into our divine feminine today. We're being called to flow like water, to cleanse, to renew, to purify, and to allow that process of cleansing, purification, and renewal to naturally unfold by surrendering to the process of that, right? We're not trying to force anything. We're not trying to paddle upstream. We're allowing the flow of our lives to take us where it will. And we're just surrendering into that flow. And that is, of course, ironically, it's one of those paradoxes, right? Is when we surrender into the flow, we actually have a lot more control, right? But it's a different kind of control. It's not that rigid kind of control, that externally focused control. It's all internal, right? We're able to gently navigate, but we're paying attention to the signs. We're paying attention to the synchronicities. And so it's like we are the director, but we're also being directed. So that's sort of an understanding of the concept of flow and this concept of control from a different standpoint. Not the kind of control that forces outcomes, the kind of control that gently influences outcomes by controlling and paying attention to our own vibration, by paying attention to how and where we're being guided, and paying attention to what's going on internally, right? Because as we understand at this point, our internal world creates, it doesn't just influence our external world, it creates our external world. And so we can be so much more productive when we work on the internal, when we go internal, and when we just relax into it, right? Instead of trying to fight, instead of there was this exercise that somebody did with me once. And I can't remember where or why it was, but it was this exercise where they told me to clench my fists as hard as I could for as long as I could. And then ultimately, when I couldn't hold that anymore, to just let my hands go. And it was really interesting just feeling all of the strain from trying to keep my fists clenched. And then when I released that energy, the way just you feel, try it, and you guys will understand what I mean. It's just like you really appreciate how free that feels when you just let it go. And when everything is then so relaxed and all of that tension is released from the body. And so today's the day, if we have been clenching, to just release, to just let that go and see what comes about and just be present for whatever it is that transpires, for whatever is coming up for us. Today's a really great day to work with water as well. So taking salt baths, going out in nature and enjoying some water, going swimming, anything that we can do, just really focusing on our water and absolutely hydrating like we want to do every day with all of the activations that we're receiving, all of the DNA upgrades, and of course, amping up again as we move towards another portal, right? We want to be hydrated because that is so absolutely key. Our diet is key. Taking care of our bodies is key in every way, but hydration, extremely, extremely important. So bless your water. Really do your best to drink the highest quality water that you can find. There's actually a really cheap, really efficient water filter that I use. It's a pitcher. It's called From Clearly Filtered. So if you go to clearlyfiltered.com, you can check these out. They're reverse osmosis. They're all of the things. And they're really inexpensive. I think it was only like $65 or $75 for the pitcher itself. And then every 3 months or so, $45 for a new filter. So it's really inexpensive, and it really works. Like, the difference in the taste of the water is absolutely mind-blowing. My roommate and I, we have a difficult time going out anywhere now. We joke about being water snobs, because even when we go out to restaurants and we drink the water that they offer us, we end up drinking from our water bottles most of the time because our water tastes so much better. And so, like, really pay attention to that. It's the quality of the things that we're consuming, right? And we talk about this all the time on all levels. And the quality of the information that we're consuming, the energy that we're consuming, the entertainment, right? Anything that we watch, anything that we interact with, anything that we put our attention and our focus on, which therefore, of course, attention is intention, we're consuming. And so really paying attention to that, and just allowing that purification process today of anywhere where we've noticed that we've been consuming something that has not been for our highest good, and sort of relaxing our grip on that, if you will. And so I'm going to read from the, first I'm going to do the affirmations, and then we'll go to the Astro Dream Advisor. So the first affirmation for the red cosmic moon is, I endure in order to purify, transcending flow. I seal the process of universal water with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of space. And the secondary affirmation is, I am Malak, moon. I am your feeling and your consciousness. I help you remember God. And remember, this came up the other day when we were getting that. I can't remember if it was in a daily reading or one of the other videos, but we were talking about purity and returning to our purest forms, being purified, and this whole energy of the fact that we are at our cores all completely pure beings, right? Like, that is our true nature. And so allow that water to purify you today, to bring you closer to your purified form, which is your true form, which is, of course, God. And so red moon days are all about surrendering to the will of the universe. If you've been hitting a brick wall, perhaps you have been trying to force events in the wrong direction. If you go with the flow, you are more likely to go in the right direction. Let go of any control issues you may be harboring and trust the universe. And the guidance is to focus on purifying your instrument of perception, your mind and body, by intimately connecting with your multidimensional self. Nurture your body world by anchoring the vibration of your wholeness. Energy flows where attention is focused. Reunite with yourself by being awake in the present moment. And then, oh, whoops, I went back too far. Give me a second here. From the Astro Dream Advisor, we have, red moon is the cosmic seed of awakened awareness. Consume it like a fruit and let it blossom within you. You are on the quest of self-remembrance, of God's seed. If you work with the energy of red moon with clear awareness and attention, an awakened state of remembrance will naturally blossom within you. Remembrance means having direct access to your expanded presence through an intrinsic perception of unity. Remembrance is your recognition of the larger pattern and your connection to it, often facilitated through dreams, art, music, colors, and creative pursuits. With focused attention, meditate on red moon and you will receive help with self-remembrance. And this is what we are in, right? This great awakening is simply a great remembrance as we are reacquainted with the truth of who we are, as all of the veils, all of the forgetfulness, all of the collective amnesia gently is peeled away, and we're able to once again vibrate in the fullness of our truth. Red moon is also a beacon or transmitting station. As you open to self-remembrance, you become a beacon and receiver for cosmic consciousness. This communication creates the gradual opening of the third eye, the eye within the monolith of self. As this eye opens and your communication becomes more refined, you will notice more signs, signals, and understanding coming to you. These are all for your growth and evolution, a feedback system from which you can gain insight about your journey. The number for red moon is 9, which symbolizes the recurrence of great cycles. An example of such recurrence is the periodic return of master teachers to help awaken human beings on earth. 9 is the number of Quetzalcoatl, Buddha, and Christ. Red moon is a symbol for great teachers who have come to translate universal wisdom to humanity, to embody the awakened state of consciousness that is accessible to all. Such teachers serve as a connection to the divine and hold the promise of full self-mastery. And remember, you are that teacher. You are that ascended master. You're just remembering that. And this is really powerful too, because we've been talking about this energy of closures, right? This has been going on really since the eclipse. And that full moon total lunar eclipse was a huge energy of closure, right? Of ending major cycles with this 9 energy. And then in the video that we did on the 6th sun, I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet. It's really interesting stuff, but I recommend that you do if you haven't yet. In that video, we talked about this return of the ascended masters of Christ consciousness. And we also talked about Quetzalcoatl. And so it's really interesting how all of this is coming up in this reading today. So if you guys haven't watched that video, definitely check it out. It's very fascinating as we're moving from the 5th into the 6th sun, according to the Aztec Toltec calendar, which is a bit different from the Mayan calendar and what we're working with here. But everything is true, right? And it's all these different repeating energies. And we see how this 6th sun is the internal sun. It's the white sun. And it's also about going within, right? It's about doing that shadow work. It's about this same red moon kind of energy, right? And it definitely echoes the part of eclipse season, right? When we're talking about, well, really the entire thing, because the eclipses that are dealing with belief systems are often a subconscious thing. So that is the shadow. We talked about that, right? And then the Taurus and Scorpio axis, which we're going to have all our eclipses in 2022, and we are having one in this year, are all about merging the shadow, right? Coming into and embodying more of our light. So it's really interesting. No matter what you look at, no matter which system you're working with, it's all the same energies, right? It's just the different lens that we're viewing it through. So that's a really interesting lens with that video there. And so the end of this says, take off the veil of forgetfulness, become the beacon of awakened awareness. As you open to self-remembrance, you will freely receive divine guidance. Be with others who support your fullest expression. Right? You are who you hang with. So really be conscious of the people that you have around you and the vibrations that you are in training to when you spend time with those people. And so tone 13, which we are working with today, is the cosmic tone. And this is the wild card energy, unseen forces, unexpected change, open system, touch of destiny, an interdimensional shift. So powerful. This is the 13th tone of creation, right? 13 is the ray of universal movement, the foundation of self within the foundations of essence self, combined with the rhythm of Trinity. The cosmic tone of 13 touches you with the hand of unseen forces and radical change. It will catalyze into movement whatever resists change or is unexplained or stationary. You are being touched by fate, moved through identifications of self into open consciousness. Olin, the Mayan goddess of movement, asks you to surrender to the perfection of the larger pattern of your essence self. From the perspective of surrender and trust, what movement is being called for. Pay attention to synchronicities and seeming coincidences that jump into your awareness. 13 provides the possibility of a radical frequency shift, offering you limitless new beginnings. Become a skywalker. Be open and flexible, allowing changing reference points to become dynamic allies. Open to the workings of destiny offered by universal movement. So a lot of that shifting, a lot of that changing. So just going and flowing with those changes with this red moon energy. It's really like riding and surfing the waves. All right. And for the astrology today, we are going to get into a little bit of that. And so this T-square that I was talking about between Mars, Pluto, and Eris, I mean, they're within a couple degrees of each other. And so we're really going to call that active now. And this is going to be active, as we talked about yesterday, through the 6-6 portal. So this is really powerful energy. This is catalyzing energy. This is the energy. We could be experiencing, it's an energy of power. And so we may experience this in a lot of different ways. It's an energy of action. It's an energy of empowerment. And so we may experience some power struggles showing up, really calling us to step into our own power is what these are doing. But when we're working with a T-square, we want to look at the opposing energy as sort of the energy that's evening out, that's bringing the the most flow and balance to this very tense aspect. And so we're looking at Eris and Aries as the focal point of the T-square. And then we're looking opposite Eris to the sign of Libra. And so as we are experiencing these situations that are really calling us to step into our empowerment, we're also really looking at how can we be the most fair and balanced in our approach, right? Eris is concerned with justice, but the way that Eris goes about sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Achieving that is not necessarily always fair and balanced, right? And so, like, we want to bring that fairness, we want to bring that balance, and we want to be looking at what is for the highest good of everyone in this situation. How can I conduct myself with integrity, with dignity in this situation, right? And do I understand the difference between being active and reactive? Do I understand when somebody is pushing my buttons, and when I am reacting to that, do I understand that that's giving my power away? And so how can I respond in this situation in a way that doesn't give my power away, but also doesn't make me sort of like a doormat, right? And so it's that balance that we're looking for. And so we may see things happening in our lives, in the world, that are sort of calling upon that energy. And then let's see, what else do we have going on here? We have the moon in a conjunction with Jupiter today in the sign of Pisces. And so this is a very fortuitous energy. It's a very lucky feeling energy. We're feeling really good on an emotional front today. We're feeling very expansive, very, very free, right, with this Aquarian energy. And so really have fun with that energy today. Have fun with that. It's that really opening and broadening our mind kind of energy with Aquarius. It's looking to that bigger picture. And it's really just being like, it's an energy of authenticity. So really feeling more free, feeling more able to be and express our authentic selves today. That is what this combination really brings to the forefront. And like, we could be feeling very idealistic, right? It's a very idealistic energy, but really just enjoy that. There's been a lot of heavier energies that we've been navigating. A lot of really big, beautiful energies, but also some heavier energies too, because there is such a purging process that's happening right now. So really enjoy this day with this moon conjunct Jupiter energy and have a little fun with it. Have a little fun with it. Really allow yourself. It's sort of like a renewal of hope is kind of what I'm feeling for quite a lot of people. If you have been feeling a little bit downtrodden, kind of like your light's been dimmed a little bit, this is an energy it's just hope. If I were to describe it with one word, that's how I would describe that connection today. And so really just working with and enjoying that energy, that restoration of hope, if you will. All right, and I do want to pull a couple cards from the Star Temple Oracle. Here. June 1st, 2021. June 1st, 2021. What we're gonna get here. Okay, we got a few coming out here. So we have the Huntress quest. The Pleiades light my quest to be wild and free. Just what we were talking about, right? With that moon conjunct Jupiter and Aquarius energy today. Then we have Father of the Sky, God. I release the weight of the world from my shoulders. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to carry it all. And then we have Acopius, the seeker, visionary. I chart the stars, signs, and symbols to craft magic. And look how he's got that crow or that raven sitting on his shoulder there. That bird energy has been coming through very strongly, right? And so, yes, this is like, set yourself free. That's what I'm feeling. Set yourself free from all of the unnecessary weight that you're carrying. All of the baggage you're carrying that probably a lot of it doesn't even belong to you, right? Release yourself from that. there's this huge sense of freedom. And there's also this sense of like, you notice how she has the bow and arrow. And so this is like Sagittarius type energy, right? But this is like which definitely makes sense because we are freeing ourselves from those belief systems with those Sagittarius eclipses. But this is also about her focused intent, right? She is free to pursue what has meaning for her. She's releasing all of the burdens. She's releasing all this extra weight that she's been carrying that hasn't been serving her. And then it's that much easier for her to really set her intention and to pursue what it is that matters to her. Right? There's an incredible sense of freedom in that. It's like wherever we've been holding ourselves back, we're being asked to let that go. We're being asked to set ourselves free. That is our quest. That is our mission, right? And then we're being guided to utilize the stars, the signs, and the symbols to craft magic, which is our manifesting process. That is our creation process, right? We are magical beings. We are magic. And so everything that we do is magic when we're able to tap into that. And I'm noticing my computer may die, so I may have to get up and plug that in a second. But we are incredible, like we have this incredible gift because we are magic. Everything we do is magic. Everything we touch is magic. So it's really like learning how to focus that magic and learning how to tap into the universal magic to guide our own magic, right? So this is paying attention to things like we talk about here, right? The stars, the signs, the synchronicities, all of the different elements, all of the different energies at our disposal that we can utilize in order to support our task, in order to support our mission, our quest, our purpose. I really like the word quest for today. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Cosmos Ascend. I connect to oneness and expand my awareness. So really connecting in with that energy of being one, really having that. And that's a feminine energy as well, right? That energy of merging, that energy of becoming one. And so really working with that in meditation, maybe connecting to that oneness in meditation and just expanding your awareness, allowing yourself to sort of, there's a meditation that we do in Theta healing where we sit in the chair and then we imagine that the molecules of our body are merging with the molecules of the chair. And then we extend that visualization out and out and out until we are connected and merged with everything. And so some type of meditation like that might be really helpful today to really connect with that. We're being asked to expand our awareness beyond what is currently available in like our conscious, waking, focused reality, to expand our awareness beyond what it is that we see. Really to tap into our gift of sight. And when we're talking about sight, we're not talking about these eyes, right? These eyes contribute, but we're talking about this, right? We're talking about this. And so really tapping into that energy and working with that energy, really working with your magic today. Putting down what doesn't serve you and really stepping into and embracing and working with your magic. I want to pull a couple Black Moon astrology cards too. Clear. June 1st, 2021. We have Saturn return age. All right, so this is about maturity. And then we have your destiny. Yeah. So this is about us. This is about us really stepping into our destiny, right? Now that we've matured, we're maturing energetically, we're maturing spiritually, we're coming more into the fullness of who we are. And so there's a greater responsibility that does come with that. With great power comes great responsibility. And so like, how are we going to step up? How are we going to rise to meet the opportunities? How are we going to rise to fulfill our destiny? And we may not know, we may not understand the whole journey right now. We're not meant to. We probably never will. but we do understand the next step. And when we understand that next step, we're being asked to take it. And if you don't understand that next step yet, work on releasing some more of that baggage. Work on releasing this baggage too, this weight of the world on your shoulders. That can also be just the old belief systems, that old heavy energy that's wanting to be released and purged. So just allow that purification. Work with this red moon energy today to really release some of that. And tap into that expanded sense of awareness. And from that place, maybe learn and study your astrology chart a little more. I don't do full charts anymore because it was quite time consuming for me. However, like I do offer like phone readings where I pull up your chart and we go over and discuss some of the stuff that's going on in it currently. So that's something if you guys want to email me and set that up. But maybe study your chart some more. Do some more releasing. Tap into that oneness, that expanded awareness. And it may start to become more clear. But once it does start to become clear, even if we don't know the whole trajectory, which like we said, we're probably not going to, we know once we know that next step, we're being guided to take it. And then we have the air element communicating. And we have part of fortune increase. Yeah. Pay attention to those communications. There is communication. If somebody is confused about their path, if they're like, oh my God, like, I don't know, I have no idea how to connect with that. I want to take the next step, but I don't know what it is. And this stuff that you're saying, I've tried it, it's not working, and you're getting frustrated. Just know, like, you're receiving communication from your team, from your guides, from your higher self, from source all the time. It's just, are you paying attention? And if you want that communication to increase, simply ask. Ask and then become open and aware. You may be receiving communication in different ways than what you expect. And because you're receiving it in different ways than how you expect to receive it, you're not recognizing it. And so ask to be opened up to recognize. Ask that you can recognize this communication when it comes through. Ask to be given some sort of sign, some sort of feeling in your body, some sort of trigger that will help you to recognize when you are receiving communication. And just try to open your mind to all the different ways that Spirit may be communicating with you. Is Spirit communicating with you through people and the conversations that you have with people, through animals, through numbers, through music, through signs, through your own knowing? Are you having thoughts and mistaking them for your own when they're actually divinely inspired communication? And if so, can you ask for assistance in learning how to tell the difference? Yeah. And this is just increased communication in general that I feel coming through for people today, quite possibly. Yeah, and throughout Mercury retrograde season, Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Yeah, I feel like our spiritual teams are communicating with us even more during Mercury retrograde too. Like there's just a lot, there's so much action going on. There's so much communication. There's so much, and this is also the mind, right? The air also represents the mind. So this is all the shifting of the mind that's going on. The increased awareness I'm feeling. So pay attention to, just pay attention to what's feeling different. What's shifting, because there is something shifting. And so just pay attention to like those little things like, oh, I used to always, when this would happen, I used to always think that, and I don't think that anymore. Or when this would happen, I would always do that, but I'm not doing that anymore. This is like also Spirit telling you like you've changed and grown in more ways than you realize. So that's what they want you to be aware of. They want you to be aware of your actions and reactions and how those have shifted, of your internal dialogue and how that is shifting. And just to continue that process of allowing that shift to occur. And this is another thing that I do as well with the Theta healing. So if you guys are interested in that also, please email me. Is helping shift these beliefs and shift this mental and emotional patterning. And then the Cancer I Feel card on the bottom of the deck, right? We're in that feeling feminine, intuitive energy today. So really utilize that. If you are looking for more guidance, more clarity, utilize this increase in communication that we're experiencing right now. And ask for what you need. Always ask for what you need. Your guides and angels are there, but they need your permission in order to do anything for you. Or with you, I should say, because they never really do anything for us. It's always with us. It's a combined effort, I guess you would say. All right, we're going to close with one Archangel Oracle card. Clear. One card for closing today. What is your quest? What journey are you embarking on? What is your holy grail? Right? We all have, it's sort of like, I talk about our mission and our purpose a lot, but I really like talking about it as a quest. So what is your quest? Maybe that question is actually really relevant for somebody who's watching this video. I don't know why, I'm just really enamored with that word today. What is your quest? Is your quest more harmony in relationships? Is your quest a deeper sense of self-love? Is your quest bringing awakening and awareness, bringing enlightenment to the planet, to your own life? Is your quest to remove these limiting beliefs and patterns that are no longer serving you? Is your quest to expand your awareness? Whatever your quest is, there is so much help and assistance. It's all around you. The answers to your questions are all around you. The universe is constantly speaking. It's just, are you listening? And then we have Archangel Aurora. Welcome new beginnings. Let the sun shine in your life. And we have Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. So that's that energy of hope that we were talking about, right? With that moon conjunct Jupiter energy. This is us having that faith, having that belief in ourselves, knowing that we can do it. Not only that we can, that we are. And I feel like there are people who almost, it's like you're afraid to open yourself up to these new possibilities and beginnings, because it's almost like this energy of like, that's too good to be true, or those types of things don't happen to me. Or maybe that's not possible for me. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't. Maybe even if I had what I wanted, I wouldn't be able to do the things I needed to do. Like, I couldn't do it. The person that I want to become, I don't see how I can be that. You already are that, first of all, right? You're just aligning yourself with that version of yourself who does absolutely exist. Anything that we dream, anything that we desire, we dream and desire for a reason, right? But first of all, those are limiting beliefs. And so those are things that were programmed into you either from your childhood, through the collective consciousness, through your ancestors, from past lives, right? That stuff that wants to be cleared. So reach out to me if you want to do that work, right? Or just acknowledge and become aware of the untruth of those statements. This is with that purifying, this renewal energy with the red moon. It's these belief systems as well. It's these limitations, right? These perceived limitations that we're being invited to clear ourselves from today, to purify ourselves from, right? Like, I feel like there's some people who are, regardless of all of that, that's what you're thinking, is I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if that's possible for me. I can't imagine my life actually looking like that. Like, I want to be open to that. I want to manifest. I want to create, but I just don't believe it's possible. And so these archangels are coming through today saying it is possible. It is possible. It is happening. Just open yourself up. It's already here. Just open yourself up to it. Just know that you are worthy. Know that you are capable. Know that you are competent. Know because we know, right? And allow us to show you that is sort of what they're saying. Aurora and Faith are coming through today saying, call on us. Allow us to show you how special you are. Allow us to show you how sacred you are. Allow us to show you how much potential exists within you, just waiting to be recognized and realized. You can do absolutely anything that you put your mind to, that you imagine, right? You can be that. You are that. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have cherubim. Look to the stars, accept keys and codes of stellar wisdom. So there's a lot of that coming in right now, a lot of that wisdom, a lot of those keys and activation codes. And so be open to those. Sort of go out underneath the stars and set that specific intention to absorb those as well. And I'm going to read you the guidance for this. You are blessed to receive the cherubim card, for it indicates you are being lit by beautiful angelic energy. You are being asked to bring this through you and pass it on to others to switch their lights on too. Whether you understand it or not, you are a universal being connected to the stars. Tune into their wisdom by looking at them and thinking about them, and accept the keys and codes of universal light that are being downloaded into you. This will enable you to become an intergalactic master when the time is right. Indeed, you may be one already. You are. Know that pure, innocent, loving cherubs are inspiring and uplifting you. Feel their joy and let it enhance your life. So let these little cherubs come in too and bring you more of that joy, bring you more of that hope. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you liked this video, hit that like button. Drop a comment below. Let me know how today's going for you, how the reading resonated. I love hearing from you guys. There are links to donate in the description box below if you feel so moved to do so. It is always greatly appreciated. And let me see what else. Yes, my email, as I think I've mentioned a few times, is down below if you guys want to reach out and do any one-on-one work with me. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a glorious, glorious Tuesday. A glorious beginning of June, which is going to be a powerful month. I can just feel it in my bones. Bye, guys.